Hi everybody. You can turn your cameras on now. We're going to get started. Oh, there we go. Chong, always first. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Oh, good. Have you done anything nice this week?
No, it's exam week.
Oh yeah, of course. I should have remembered that. How's it going so far? Well, what day are we on? No, we've only had one day of it. Was it okay today?
It's okay, I guess. I did my moral exam and English
Moral
exam.
exam. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What sort of things did you have to do for that?
Write essays and answer some questions.
So did they give you like a scenario or something like that?
Sort of. They gave us pictures.
Hmm. Oh wow. I've not heard of that. That one. Great. Okay, well, I'm glad you got off to a good start. Danny Astor, is it exam week for you as well?
No, my exam week finished a few weeks ago.
Oh, yes. You were telling me about your results last week.
Yeah,
Ah, that was it. Yes, I remember now. And so, how's this week been?
nothing special. Just I've been completing my homework and attending school.
Great. Are you going to get a summer break? Have you had that already?
No, not yet. It will come in another 1 more week time.
Oh, not long then. That's good. Have you got any nice plans?
No, nothing special. My relatives are coming here to our house.
Oh, that'd be nice. Great. Okay, sounds good. Oh, a bit thin on the ground today, aren't we? Hi, Joshua.
Hi, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
And what's been happening with you? Is it exam week as well?
No, I finished it a few weeks ago already.
Ah, like Denny Assery. So is it your summer break next week as well?
Yeah. Yeah. I think next week. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Have you got any nice plans?
Nah, it's just very boring.
No. Okay. Well, sometimes it's quite nice just to do nothing, isn't it? Great. All right. Well, we'll make a start. I don't know where everybody else has got to. Any ideas? I know some of you go to school with the others. Did they mention they were not coming? No. Oh, hopefully they will appear. Who knows where they've got to? All right. Well, we'll start anyway. So we're going to continue with unit 13. So we're thinking about houses. We did mostly the listening exercise last week, didn't we? So we'll move on and have a look. So I'm just trying to find it actually. Yeah, mostly to the reading and use of English today. And then hopefully towards the end of the session, we'll get time to do some speaking as well, which will be great because we can use the feedback from the mock exam and put that into practice as well. So you can have a go at making those improvements. Oh, here comes Henry. There we go. So I thought we could just get started first of all with this the same warm up that we did last week, the funny story predictions. Notice there was a few funny ones there. So let's have a look at this one. Remember, we're going to read, so we're going to read the beginning and then take some predictions as we go round for each part. So the first part, oh, we did this one, didn't we? Where it turned into a disco phone box. Sounds pretty good. Have to go and locate it. So this one is a surprise in the sofa. What's going to happen here? So Danny Assery, can you read the first part?
Sure, teacher. Look at the picture and title. What do you think this story is about? This true story about, sorry.
Yep, no, that's all right. Yeah, so they're all true, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. So this part was what I meant. Off you go.
Okay. A woman in California found an old sofa online. It was free. When she took it home, however, she felt something strange inside. It was.
Finish the sentence.
Mm, well, since she said, since she said it was an old sofa, maybe there's something, uh, something, which is an antique, something aesthetic, something from a vintage time. Not very sure.
So something like an antique. That's a good idea. So it's something that's going to make us some money. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see if you were right. Jashri, you can continue.
Someone had left $36,000 in cash inside one of the sofa cushions. The woman decided to bank it into an account.
Put it straight into her account.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, I like that. I like that possibility. Let's see then. So Terence, good to see you've joined us. Terence, can you read the end of this?
So that I need to read all this on
Yeah,
screen.
I don't know. I think you've just come in actually, haven't you? But we're just seeing whether Jashria's solution of putting the money in the bank was correct.
Found the original owners of the sofa to give the money back. The owners said that they have found other cash hidden around their house. They gave the woman £2,200, is it? Reward for returning the money. What would you do if you found money in the sofa? Where do you think the money came from?
That's interesting. I wonder if we'll have the same views. You all seem to be very sensible with money the last time I asked you. So what would you do, Terence? So would you try and locate the owners, see where it came from? Would you go with Jashria and put the money straight in the bank? Any ideas?
Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I didn't say like my opinion. I mean, like in my opinion, if let's say I found money, I would do something else. Like if let's say the girl was like bad or something, she'd keep it in her bank account or something. So for me, I think return it back.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, good. I'm glad you clarified that, Jashria, because actually I knew what I knew that was you finishing the story actually. So the way I put that sounded like it was you actually, didn't it? So well done for clarifying. Chong, how about you? You've just done a moral exam today. What do you do?
Uh, the same opinion as put it in my bank account.
You would, yeah. Okay, fair enough. It's quite a lot of money to have, isn't it? Well, let's move on anyway. It's interesting to hear some of your opinions on that one. So open your workbooks. We're going to go back to the page we finished on last week. And that was 142. So we're here now. Actually, let's go down to 143 actually. Just at the top of the page. And we're going to start by listening to that audio again, first of all, because we're going to need it for this first part. So seeing why the house was haunted, why it wasn't. So who can remember actually, why did he think his house was haunted?
Because of the strange experiences.
Yeah, but what were they? What were those strange experiences?
The strange experience, which people had there, like I guess saw furniture moving in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff actually while he was doing his homework, he felt a person was standing behind him.
Yeah, well done. Well remembered, Jashria. Very good. So we're going to listen to it again anyway, just in case. And we're going to see if we can remember these two changes to the house. Or does anybody think they remember those already, actually? What were the two changes made to the house? Had been modified in some way. Okay, well, let's listen to it again. See, and that's what you're listening out for. So which two changes had been made after they'd moved in? Then we're going to be using that for the grammar exercise that we're doing next. So let me just put the audio on. Here we go.
Listening Part 2, Exercise 4.
Hi. So, as part of our project on historic local buildings, I thought I'd tell you about the house where I live. My mum and dad bought it when I was about 7, so we've been there for about 8 years now.
Can we hear this okay?
It isn't all that old. It was built about 15 years ago, but it's on the site of a much older place dating back to the 15th century, which fell down. Anyway, why I'm telling you all this is because we're pretty sure the house is haunted. I mean, it's got ghosts. Yeah, you can laugh, but I'm not joking. I know because I know several people, myself included, who have had some strange experiences there. Yeah, you may think I'm just telling you a story, but a couple of years ago I remember my mum and dad had invited all sorts of relatives to one of those big family celebrations, and we were all sitting round after lunch. I was playing some game with my cousins, and my grandma was telling everyone about her visits to the doctor or something, when my uncle suddenly went pale and dropped his coffee cup. Grandma thought he'd been taken ill or something because of her stories, but he said he'd just seen a group of men dressed up as medieval soldiers go past the window. We cousins ran outside to take a look, but there was nobody there. Anyway, when he'd calmed down, he described their appearance in quite a lot of detail, so he wasn't just making it up. Then, a couple of months later, a friend of my mum's was staying with us. My mum was busy in her study and I was watching football on the telly in the sitting room when the friend came rushing out of the kitchen, shouting and hollering that he'd seen the table sort of float across the room. I've never seen a grown-up tremble like he did. So when we went to look, the table had actually moved, and it's one of those really heavy old oak ones. It took 3 of us to push it back, so he couldn't have done it on his own. Anyway, I'm not sure if it's because of the things which have happened, but when I'm studying in my room, I sometimes feel as if there's someone standing behind me, sort of breathing down my neck, and checking what I'm doing like it's one of my teachers. I mean, I can feel the breath, but when I turn round, there's no one there. That shakes me up a bit. Anyway, my mum complained that she was experiencing the same thing, so she got the builders in and she had the old garage at the back of the house turned into a study so she could work there instead, without being interrupted by these uninvited visitors. Then, my dad got the whole house checked by a specialist in supernatural phenomena, a sort of ghost hunter. She checked local history records, and apparently the house is actually located somewhere where, after one of those invasions, a battle took place a few hundred years ago with lots of fighting, so there could be quite a few bodies buried there. Weird, isn't it? A bit later, my dad decided to have a tennis court built in a corner of the garden, so he and I could play together. Anyway, one of the workers was on his own there one morning when he felt someone watching him. When he turned round, he saw something which literally made his hair stand on end. A man standing there with a white shirt covered in blood. The lad shouted, and the man just disappeared. When we questioned him, he was gibbering and shaking. He didn't know anything about the other supernatural experiences people have been having. My mum's getting a bit fed up with all these happenings, but my dad doesn't mind them so much. You see, he's only down here at weekends, because he works in London during the week.
Great. Okay, so what were the modifications they made to the house? Which changes did they make?
Teacher, the garage was turned into a study.
Yeah, it was. Well done. Good. Next one.
Teacher, they also made, they also installed a tennis court.
They did. Well done. Who instigated that?
Jeff's father.
Good. And what about the garage conversion? Who wanted that to happen?
His mother.
Great. Good listening, Danny Ashby. Well done. So using that, then we're going to have a go at using have and get. We're going to have a go at 2 sentences first, and then we're going to explore the difference between them and when we use them. So we're going to see if we can work out in which, for each one, which one we would use. So for number 1, would we use A or B, and why? So let's have a look. Chong, can you read both examples in number 1, please?
She turned the old garage at the back of the house into a study.
Mhm.
She had the old garage at the back of the house turned into a study.
Yeah, good. And number 2?
Then my dad checked the whole house. Then my dad got the whole house checked by a specialist.
Mhm. So which way round sounds best then? Let's think about number 1. Which way would we say it?
A.
Yeah, okay. You can say it both ways actually. We're going to look at the difference in a moment. That's the most likely way though that it would be put. How about number 2, Danny Ashry?
Is it B, teacher?
Yep, good. So because it's why would we have B?
Because it's not the dad that checked the whole house, it was a specialist.
Yeah, good. So we need that detail in there as well. So let's use those. Let's use this information to have a go at the next questions. So which ones did we hear in the listening part 2 as well? Which one of these did we actually hear?
For number 1, it was A.
It was, yeah. Well done, Chong. And then same as Danny Astri said, it was B again for number 2. So which ones mean that he or she did it himself or herself? So we want to think about how that's being put. Which one is implying that they did it themselves? Think about number 1 first of all. So Henry, what do you think? So just focusing on these 2 examples, which example do you think shows that the mother did that change herself, made that change herself?
I think it's A.
Yeah, and what part of that is showing us that?
Because it says she turned the old garage.
Good, yeah. So it's quite clear there at the beginning, isn't it, who's responsible for doing it? So what's the difference in the second example in B?
I think for no, for B, I think she had someone to do it for her.
She did. So what's the key word in there? Because we've still got the word she being used. So it's not that in this case that there's another word that's indicating somebody else did it. Which one is it? I think you said both parts a moment ago.
Is it had? She had.
Had, exactly. Yeah. Well done. So what about in example 2, Terence? You have a go at that one. So is it A or B that shows that the dad was responsible for checking it?
I think A is the dad.
Good. And then, so yeah, the second example, he's had it done by somebody else, but how do we know which word is in there that shows us somebody else did it?
Checked by a specialist.
Yeah, so we've got that extra information added at the end, but we've also got, well, the word got here as well. He got the whole house checked. let's go to the section that's going to tell us a bit more about this then. So let's turn to page 164. I don't know why mine's not coming up on there. There we go. So find that section in your workbooks as well. So we've got the causative have and get. We're going to have a look at the differences between them. So who have we not heard from for a while? Let's have Jashria. Can you read through that information for us, please?
We use have or get plus something plus done, cleaned, fixed, made, etc. when we ask someone else to do something for us. I've just had my bike mended. Someone has mended my bike for me.
Mm-hmm.
Get is less formal than have. My dad has just got some new furniture delivered. It's not usually necessary to say who did it for us, but it's possible. I'm going to have my hair dyed blonde this afternoon by my sister. My sister is going to dye my hair for me. Have or get plus something plus done can be used in any tense or form. I'm going to get my suit dry, clean for the wedding. We can also use this structure to say we have been the victim of something. Tim had his wallet stolen while he was waiting for the bus.
Great, thank you, Jashria. Well done. So let's think of something then, perhaps in the past tense, something that you've had done, perhaps recently or a while ago, doesn't really matter. Let's share some examples using that same structure then. So have or get plus something plus done. So when you're ready, you can just unmute.
Teacher, can you repeat what you just said?
So we're going to think of, so we've got some examples in here, but I want to see if you can think of some of your own examples now. So example here, for example, I've just had my bike mended. Tim had his wallet stolen.
Teacher, can I say I just had my surgery done?
Yeah.
Teacher, can I say
Is that a true story, Jashria?
No.
Oh gosh, I was going to say, what are you doing in the lesson? Go and rest. Who's that coming up? Danny Asri?
Teacher, can I say I just had my dinner a while ago?
That's used in a different way. It's not being done to you. We need to have, so look at the structure again, have or get plus something plus done.
I
The
just
done
got.
can be in this form, so just mended. I just had my dinner cooked for me. Or you could put it that way, actually.
Okay, teacher, can I try with another sentence?
Yeah, go for it.
I just had my paper marked.
Yeah, great. Is it a true story?
Could say it's partially true, but it happened a while ago.
Oh yeah. Okay. Henry?
Uh, I just had my car fixed by my dad.
Oh, that was handy. All right, well done. And Terence?
I actually still thinking. Wait a minute.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we can think of something in the future, something we want to happen, something we want to have done or to get done. Danny Ashry, you're smiling. Have you got a good example there?
Still thinking, teacher.
Okay. Okay, let's all type them this time. Put them into the chat box when you've thought of them. Then we can all make sure we've had a go. Terence, did you share your one? Terence, did you give your past tense example?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Did you have a chance to think about that one?
Okay, but still one moment.
Perhaps you could give an example of a haircut. Hair's looking nice and smart. Maybe you could put that into a sentence. Perhaps I don't want to say too much, going to end up giving you the whole sentence there, but so future would be I'm going to have my hair cut, I'm going to have my hair dyed. What about if you've already done that?
Can I say I've just had my hair cut?
Yeah, exactly right. Well done. You've got it. Chong, well done. You got your first example in there. Okay, that was a good attempt there, Chong, but we need to make sure it's to do with somebody doing the action for us. So you could talk about it being marked. I'm going to have my exams marked by this Friday. Yeah, okay, well done, Danny Ashry. So I'm going to have my laptop checked. It's a great chance to write your to-do list now. Anything else that's on the list, put it in the chat box. Gosh, Dasheria, is that a true story? That's good.
No, but technically she owes me one.
Oh, does she? Why?
Because I actually did a facial treatment for her on her birthday, but she didn't pay me back. So
Oh, right. Gosh, that sounds good. A whole spa setup going on there. You have to remind her. So Henry, Terence, we're waiting for yours, and I think that's it, actually, isn't it? Who's missing today? It's Lynn, isn't it? Hmm. Fix. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Terence, would you get my shoe fixed for the basketball match? Henry, okay, yeah. My room renovated. Yeah, great. Danny Asri, that's a good example there. Going to get my driver's license. I think we need to add something in there, Henry, to show that it's being done for you. So I'm going to get my driver's license sent this Friday. Okay, well done, everyone. Good examples. Hope you can get all those done. Which one is less formal then? Get or have? Which one would we use if we want to be less formal?
Is it get, teacher?
Yep, good. Well done. It's get. So let's be aware of the formality we use, level of formality we're using as well. So that all of that hopefully will help when we do the next exercise. So go back up to the page we were on. Remind me of the page number again, Danny Astri. I haven't got it in my book here. Oh, what were we on?
Okay, it's page 143.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so this time you're going to put the examples into the given sentences. So you'll need to decide whether you would need to use have or get. Remember, get is less formal. And you're going to use the correct form of one of the verbs in the box as well. So to cut down, to deliver, to pull out, to extend, to paint, or to renew. And so you'll need to put it into the gaps in sentences 1 to 6. So we'll stop in about 5 minutes and we'll go through those answers. Have you got any questions before you start? All right, brilliant. I'll give you 5 minutes then. So just to clarify as well, you can actually use have or get in these sentences, using them in the right form. So think about which tense they need to be in. But we'll talk, when we go through the answers, we'll talk about when we might use each one. So who might be saying it, for example, in more formal situations. So you can interchange them. You can use either one of those. Or you could think about who might be saying it and therefore which one you would use. Okay, how are you getting on with that one? Are you ready to go through that? All right, great. Can see a few nods there. Okay, so let's go through them and fill out which words should be in there, but also think about when we would use have or get, who might be saying it. So Danny Astri, can we start with you, please?
Yes. You'll need to have your passport renewed before you go to America next autumn.
Yeah, good. So you need to have, exactly. So who might say that then if we're using to have?
Somebody formal. Not very sure, but in a formal situation.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Maybe I don't know, somebody in charge of sourcing the visas and so on. Great. Jasria, down to you, number 2.
She went to the dentist yesterday and got a tooth pulled out, so she's not feeling too well today.
Got the tooth. Yep, good. Pulled out. So she's not feeling too well today. Well done. And you could have had, she went to the dentist yesterday and had a tooth pulled out, so she's not feeling too well today. Or for number 1, you'll need to get your passport renewed. Terence, try number 3, please. You there, Terence?
We're thinking of getting the house paint blue. What do you think?
Okay, I thought you were asking me for a moment then. Thought it sounded nice. Getting, yeah, the house painted blue. What else could you have instead of getting?
Having.
Having, good. You can have getting or having, very good. Down to Chong, number 4, please.
There's a tree hanging dangerously over the house. I think we ought to get it cut down.
Yep, good. What else can you have instead of get?
Have.
Yep, get or have, very good. And Henry, number 5.
Our house is too small. If we could afford it, we'll have it extended.
Great. Have or you could have get there as well. Extended, very good. And then finally back up to Danny Astry, please.
He hates cooking and has all his meals delivered from the restaurant opposite.
Yep, good. And what would you have instead of has?
Gets.
Yep, gets, well done. Meals delivered, good. From the restaurant opposite, great. So did you have any questions about this one? All right, we'll move on. Doing well today. Well done, everyone. So I know it can be a bit repetitive, some of these grammar exercises, but I do think sometimes repetition can really help us to hear that structure and remember that structure. So let's move on to number 4. And I think we've done one similar to this before. So you're going to complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence. We've got to use the word given. So you can use 2 to 5 words, including the word given, and obviously you can change the form of the word that's given to us. So let's just try the first one together first. So someone stole my bag during the bus journey. We're going to use had. How else could we write that? You can unmute if you think you know.
Teacher, can I try?
Yeah, go for it.
I
Always
had
up for trying. That's great. Sorry, carry on.
I had my bag stolen when I was on the bus.
Yeah, good. I had my bag stolen. Had my bag stolen when I was on the bus. Could you use a different word to when? That's fine. You can use it as it is, but what's another option?
I'm not really sure, teacher.
You could just have while as well, while I
Oh.
was on the bus.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just keep doing these ones together, actually. So, Chong, a professional photographer is taking a photo of Stephen. So using the word picture, let's switch that around. How else could you say it?
Stefan got his picture taken by a professional photographer.
It's nearly there, but we're using the present continuous here. Is taking a photo of Stefan.
Had his picture taken.
So we want to try and stay in the present continuous. So we're still going to be using have or got. Think about how you would use that in the present continuous. So there's a clue here as to the word ending that we tend to use. And the suffix.
Teacher, can I try?
Yeah, have a go. Yeah.
Is it Stephen got a picture taken?
So that does work. Stephen got or had a picture taken by a professional photographer, but we want to try and stay in the same tense. So
Teacher, can I
like we
try?
have in the first one, we've stayed in this in the past tense. We just worded it differently with have or got. Have another go. Yep. Who's just saying that? Who just said that?
It's me, Danyasri.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Teacher, is it Stefan is having his picture taken?
Yeah, good. Well done. So is having or is getting. Well done. So try those last two now, and then we'll just go through those two together. I'll give you a chance to think about it first. I realise I was putting something on the spot there, sorry.
Teacher, can I try for number 3?
Yep, go for it.
Marianne wants to have her hair dyed at the hairdressers.
Yeah, perfect. Good. Wants to have her hair dyed. Well done. You've stayed in the same tense. Great. She wants to have her hair dyed or get her hair dyed at the hairdressers. So just have a think through for number 4 and then let me know if you think you're ready to have a go at that one.
Teacher, can I try number 4?
I'm going to choose somebody else, Danny Astry. I'm glad that you're so keen, but that's great. You're always very keen to take part, but I'm going to just double check with somebody else as well,
Okay,
so
teacher.
I can just see how you're all doing with it. Always keen and raring to go there. That's great. Henry, how about you for number 4?
Pascal had his application turned down by the college.
Had his application turned down. Well done. Well done. Great. Okay, so we'll leave that there. And actually, we'll do a little exercise on this before we leave it, actually. So you can think of, I want you to think of 3 things that you've had done recently. So it could be one of the things that we've seen in these examples. It could be something else. And then we're going to go into breakout rooms with, I'll put you into breakout rooms in pairs, and you need to try and guess what each other have had done. But you can only use yes or no questions. So you could ask things like, did it involve going to a hospital? Did it involve going to a shop? And you can have a go at those. So write down your 3 things now. Okay, just write in the chat box when you've finished doing that, and then I'm going to set the breakout rooms up.
Teacher, can you repeat what you just said?
Sure. So you're going to write down 3 things that you've had done. So it could be similar to one of these examples that we've looked at just now, or maybe something different that you've had done recently. And then when you go into breakout rooms, you're going to try and guess what each other's things are, but you can only ask yes or no questions.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, perhaps we'll do an example in a minute, but let's write the 3 things down first of all. I'm just going to stop screen sharing so I can set these up as well. We'll do 1, 2, and one pair and 1, 3. Don't know where everyone else has got to today. Okay, who thinks they might be ready to demonstrate? Daniasa, have you thought of your 3 things?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, great. Anybody else?
Teacher, I have one more. I can't think of any.
Okay, leave that for now, but let's have a go. So you can have a go at guessing Danny Assery's, okay? So you can only ask her yes or no questions and see if you can guess one of the things on at least one of the things on her list. So you can answer about all 3 things, Danny Assery. And see if she can guess at least one of them. All right, so when you're ready, Jasri, you can ask some questions.
Does it have any relationship like between your like sports or something?
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
Ooh.
Is it marching?
Yes.
What was it?
Teacher, the
That was
only
quick,
reason
Jasri.
she knows this is because she's in the same school as me, so she knows what is happening, and she's my close friend, so that's why she knows.
Okay, inside information there. What was it though? I didn't hear what it was.
Marching.
What is that?
Teacher, marching. Let me spell it out.
Is it a video game?
No, it's
Oh, that what was your actual sentence? What did you write down?
I had marched at my school's multi-purpose court yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
So did you do it as well, Jasri? Is that also something you've done?
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
Ah, so you might have to just slightly reword that. I had my school had a march in the grounds yesterday or last week.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, well done. Well, that was good then. Chose the right, or maybe not, pairing there. So I'm going to put you into breakout rooms. It's going to be Chong, Henry, and Jasri are in one, Danny Assery and Terence in the other, and see if you can guess all 3 things. All right, any questions before you go in? I will come and have a listen in what you're doing. All right, I will open those now. Terence, do you want to join your breakout room? Are you able to join the breakout room, Terence? I'll resend it. Oh, there we go. Terence, what happened? You meant to be in the other room? Could you not get back in
I
there?
supposed to with Danyasri, but I don't know that how I got out.
Okay, well, I've sent it again now. We've only got a few minutes left now anyway. All right, well done, everybody. There were some good questions and answers going on there. Hopefully, you've got to know each other a bit better as well through doing that. So we're over halfway through, actually. Can you believe already? It's gone very quickly. So we'll take our break, and then when we come back, we're going to get started on reading and use of English. So we'll leave the grammar for now, and we'll have a go at reading and use of English. We're going to be looking at an interesting place to live and talking about our own opinions on it as well. But let's take 15 minutes. I'll put the timer on, and then I'll see you all then. So have a good break. I will see you in 15 minutes. Okay, great. Let's get started again. Well done, everyone. Getting cameras back on time. Let's switch cameras back on and get started. So, as I said before with the break, we're going to be moving on to reading and use of English. And we're going to be thinking about living on a houseboat. Does anybody know anybody who lives on a houseboat? No, it's not it's quite unusual, isn't it? So we're going to be thinking about whether we think it's cheaper or more expensive or safer or perhaps more dangerous or more or less convenient, and thinking about whether we would like to live on one or not. So what are your initial thoughts? We're going to have a look at this video in a moment, but it might be good to capture some ideas before we do, and then maybe your opinion will change once we've watched the video. So you've got a picture in your workbook as well of a houseboat behind the reading and use of English page on page 160, what are we on? 144, sorry. So what are your initial thoughts? Anybody ready to share? So perhaps you could even just start with whether you would like to live here and why or why not, a bit like we did last week with the would you rather houses. What do you think? Anybody ready to share? Henry, what do you think? Would you like to live there?
For me, uh, I would not like to live here.
You wouldn't.
Yes.
And why not?
Because I think if I live on a boat, I think I might get seasickness very easily.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't think I'm suitable to live on top of a boat.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think that's a fair point if that's something you suffer from. Is there anybody who would quite like to try living there?
I would like to try, but I would not like to live there for a whole year.
Oh, so maybe you could use it at certain times of the year, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because like I want to learn how to, it's like living skills, if let's say you have to, if there's any emergency and you have to move to another place, so
Mhm.
this can come in handy in case like there's an emergency or whatsoever. So this might come in handy, and also I can learn new things if I live in different, if I live in a houseboat or different places.
Yeah, great idea. So yeah, you could have it like a second home actually, couldn't you? Somewhere that you go when you need it, or even for a holiday or something. That'd be quite a good idea. So we're going to have a look at this video, which is showing us the lives of people living on a houseboat in London. So perhaps if you haven't ever seen one before or been inside one before, it's a good chance to see what that Might be like, maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe Henry's going to be desperate to go and live on one after this. Let me just share the sound.
I think people are attracted to living on a boat and having the sort of lifestyle it affords them is just it's a bit different. It's interesting, it's fun. You know, the scenery's forever changing. The light's always fantastic, and it kind of just gets the creative juices flowing. We sell to lots of musicians, actors, designers, artists. With this particular boat, it was designed just to maximise the light. So there's obviously kind of big skylights, all the windows are quite large, so they let in the light. It's just been designed to be comfortable living, really. I mean, you've got a nice fully fitted kitchen, you've got a top deck, a bottom deck, 2 really good sized bedrooms, and it's just well proportioned and really well finished and designed. Purchasing a houseboat is different to purchasing a property. They tend to be very hard to raise finance on. Marine mortgages are just very expensive and difficult to get, so we always sell boats to cash purchasers. There's also other charges that you really need to consider. There are mooring and maintenance charges, and a boat needs quite a bit more maintenance than a bricks and mortar type property. You will need to get a boat surveyed and out of the water, dry docked, hull scraped and painted again about every 6 or 7 years. So there's definitely a lot more charges to take into account. I suppose the differences between either living on a kind of a smallish houseboat or a studio flat are probably quite huge. Whilst they're probably similar in size, just the interest that you get when you discuss with people that you live on a boat is huge. I don't suppose you'd get that much interest when you tell people you live in a studio flat. It's just a great spot. I mean, obviously being here in Chelsea as well, this sort of price this particular boat is being sold for probably wouldn't get you a kind of a garage or a parking space on land. So the kind of cost doesn't quite compare. And it's just a lot more fun.
So hopefully you've listed some of those advantages and disadvantages. I could see you taking lots of notes there, Jasria. Have you changed your mind?
No. I think I still like to try.
You're gonna stick with the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I suppose, Henry, it's not really going to help you, is it, with the sickness situation? So you staying the same?
I think I'm the same with Joshua. I would try, but maybe not live there for long.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anybody who, since watching the video, would like to live on there?
The same as Shishya, I think I would just like to live there. I mean, during the holidays or when I want to, because maybe I'll just rent a houseboat, not already buy one because it's quite expensive, like he said about the mortgage price and all. So I would rather stay just for during the holiday, and because it's very hard to get to other places if you live on a houseboat permanently. You have to sail to one place to another, which is a bit harder.
At least you can take everything with you, though. Easier than if you wanted to take lots of things with you currently.
Yeah.
So there is that benefit as well. What other advantages are there, or did he talk about? Which advantages did he say? So we've talked about, well, we've just said, so you can take your belongings with you, because you can take your whole house with you. Let's write some more of these advantages, disadvantages. What am I doing here? Advantages. I was writing there, sorry. Disadvantages. So what were some of the other advantages? So the one you just said, Danny Asri, is kind of a bit of both, really, isn't it? Like you can take everything with you, but also that's a disadvantage in that actually getting from place to place does become more difficult. But what types of people did he say usually are buying these houseboats? And again, it's not always the case. You don't want to, you know, stereotype like that, but there was a higher number of certain types of people that were buying them. Who were they? He talked about getting he said it's about getting your creative juices flowing. I imagine being in
Musicians.
quite a creative setting. Yeah, you're right. Artists he talked about as well. Yeah. So why would that appeal to creative people?
Different scenery.
Yeah. And might give them more inspiration. Yeah, exactly. That scenery might inspire a new painting, might inspire new lyrics to a song. So it's going to probably increase your levels of creativity. What were the other benefits or advantages, Henry? Either something that we've heard or something you think as well? Do you think being outside a lot would be an advantage or a disadvantage?
It's an advantage.
A disadvantage. Okay, and why do you think that?
No, I said advantage.
Oh, an advantage, yeah. Okay, why is that? Because some people might not see it as an advantage.
Because going out is actually a healthy like exercise because you you move your body instead of just slacking off at home. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so the health benefits that come with that. Yeah, so increased fresh air, time outside. So that has the health benefits. What were the disadvantages? Terence, is Terence still in here? What happened to Terence? Terence is gone. Chong, can you remember any of the disadvantages?
Well, I didn't remember any of it from the video, but I personally think that during storms, it would be a very big disadvantage.
Ah, very good point. Yes, certainly would. So you're more exposed to extreme weather. That could be quite dangerous as well, actually, couldn't it? Rather than not necessarily just unpleasant. Okay, any more to add to the list before we continue? Okay, well, oh, yep, go on.
Actually, if you go outside frequently, it's also a disadvantage in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because it depends on the climate. If let's say it's really hot and if you go outside, if like it's necessary, like you need to go outside, then it's going to be a disadvantage because it's really hot. So I think it's like climate changes.
Ah, yes. So you think that's an advantage or disadvantage?
It can be both.
Could be actually, couldn't it? Because we could have this more extreme weather, but yeah, when we do, it could be nice to be able to access the outside more easily. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good point. Well done. So I'm going to put that on both sides then. So let's see what the text says about it then. So we're going to just double check the expectations for the reading exam first of all, and then we'll have a go at following those when we do this exercise. So let's have a look through these questions first to do with the exam. So let's have a look at this exam roundup and see firstly how many questions are in this part of the exam.
There are 8 questions in this part.
Eight questions, yes, good, well remembered from the mock, very good. And then the words you need are something words. Which ones? What are they to do with? Are they topic words? Are they grammar words?
Grammar words.
Yeah, good. And so notice how, yeah, we've got it showing us it could be either articles, pronouns, auxiliary verbs, and so on. What about when we first read the text? So we read it quickly to get what?
Understanding.
Yeah, an understanding or a general idea or an overview. So any of those will be fine. So we want to get the general idea first of all. So we won't worry about the detail to begin with. So then when we read something that in the gaps to decide what type of word you need. So how do we do that?
Read before and after the gaps.
Well done, Danny Asri, great. So read before and after. We want to make sure it fits both ways, because it could be that it seems right for what comes before, but then actually when we continue, it doesn't then continue to fit. And then answer every question with something and check your spelling. So what should that be? It's to do with the number of words. How many words should we be using?
One.
One. Well done, Chongs, with just one word only. And then finally, so when you've finished, quickly read something to check. What do we do there?
Your answers.
Yeah, your answers, the completed text, the whole thing. We're making sure now the whole thing works. So the completed text with your answers. Brilliant. Okay, so it's sticking with the same theme of living on a houseboat then. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that first quick read through, getting the general idea of the text, and we'll see if we can summarize it from that first read through in a moment. So a couple of minutes, have a read. So Henry, what's the main idea in paragraph 1? What's the main theme of that paragraph?
I think it's about someone who is moving to a houseboat on the river coast.
Yeah, good. And something in particular about being on that houseboat?
Something in particular.
Yeah, about the storm as well. And about
Um,
the time that they've been in there. How long have they been there for?
for 4 years.
Yep, good. So then it moves on. What do we move on to in paragraph 2, Terence? What's the main thing being discussed in that paragraph?
The size of the boat.
Not just the size of it as well, but what else? So we get a bit of the characteristic gesture, well done, and also an idea of the sort of things that they do in the houseboat as well. So now that we've had a quick read through, like it says, quick read through, get the general overview. You're going to have a go at filling in these gaps, but we'll make this one a collaborative task because I know you've done lots of grammar exercises independently today. So I'll put you back into breakout rooms and you can discuss these ones. You can discuss between you which word you think it is that goes in the gap and discuss why or why not if you agree or disagree and so on. So we shouldn't take any longer than about 5 minutes for that one. But we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to try and mix them up a bit from last time and I'll just swap you around. Hold on. So I'll put Jasria and Henry in room 1. And what's happened to Terence again? I think Terence has lost connection again, hasn't he? Oh no, you're there, Terence. Why is that not coming up on here then? Let me just restart this. I think it was from the ones that were before.
Yeah, teacher, I have a bad internet connection right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, there we go. Should be sorted. I think I've swapped them around a little bit actually. Great. Okay, we'll quickly whiz through those answers. Time seemed to vanish then. We're very nearly at the end of the session, but we'll just double check all of those. I think some of them I checked with you while I was in the breakout rooms, but there were some that I didn't get to hear your answers for. So we'll just check that you've got all those right. So I know that most of you have got as, I know one group anyway. So as though we were at sea. But in spite, I heard both groups getting that one correct. Well done. The bad one, not a single cup fell off the shelves. In fact, in the 4 years since, so showing the time that you've been there, since we moved from our small house in the town nearby, hardly anything, that one calls us out, has been broken. So showing minimal things have been broken. So the boat is huge, 20 meters long and 4 meters wide. I was just with the other group. Chong, what did you think number 5 was?
According.
According, very good. According to my dad, and so on. And then number 6, Jashria.
Takes up.
Takes up, yep. 7, Henry, please.
Out.
Yeah, they don't feel left out. Good. And then finally, friends often something round. What was that one, Terence?
Come.
Come round, or you could even have pop round, like a short visit. Very good. Okay, well, good. That was good teamwork there as well. I could hear some really good discussion going on and really good justifying for your choices. So well done, everyone. And wow, an even bigger well done actually, because I've just realised we don't have a lesson next week. This is the final one of the FCE class, isn't it? So yeah, huge congratulations. You got to the end of this one. I've just got you a little firework display here so you can have a moment of celebration. Here we go. Oh, we need to have the sound on. What's going on? Ooh. Yay. There we go. Hope you enjoyed. So I didn't quite get chance to set up the real one. Hopefully the virtual one will be good enough. So is there anybody who's not joining in the next class to see the CAE class? Oh, good. Well, I will see you all there then. So it would be a really great idea if you could, I know we didn't get onto the speaking today, but I think it'd be really good if you could have a go at finishing Unit 13, the writing part for some additional practice. So you can always send that in. I'm happy to give you some feedback on that. And then we'll move on to the new book. So we're going to have a break next week. Have a lovely break. Sounds like you all deserve it. You've been working so hard with all these exams you're doing. And then we'll restart again on the 5th of September. So I'm going to continue having you, I think, for most of September until your other teacher returns. So I'm looking forward to continuing working with you on the next level. So well done, everyone. Done a grand job. You've been fantastic. So yes, I will look forward to starting on the new workbooks and new topics with you. So have a lovely couple of weeks, and I'll see you on Monday the 5th.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you,
All
Thank
right,
you,
well
teacher.
done. All right, great. Bye bye. Good luck with the rest of your
Thank you,
exams,
teacher.
by the way, as well, everybody. Those of you who are doing it this week, doing them this week.
Good
Bye.
teacher.
See you in a couple of weeks. Bye bye. Bye.